What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, the posties bid. These are for Asbo. I-955 forks off a Triumph. They're going to work a treat, I think. But we ain't cocking about with this today. That's for another video. Quite pleased with them. We're going to have to monkey about with this a bit, I think. Because the steering stem's not long enough to go through the headstock, but you'll see all that in another video. I still need to get bits and pieces. What we're on today. This is what we're on today. This is the all cooler surround for GIXIT, which I want to carry on with, but I do need to change it, so I'm chopping it up. Be alright, be alright. Yeah, let me show you. Right, so this is Asbo. Here's the oil cooler. There's a union on the bottom where the oil line comes in. It's a hard line that as you get down to here, it turned into a soft line. So, you know, flexible hose that goes off and under the engine and blah, blah, blah. And that's how we was talking about doing it on GIXIT, hence why I made those two channels the way I did. But I think that's going to be a bit of a mistake. Right, so this is the oil cooler that we're using on GIXIT. It came with these hoses, which we obviously need to shorten up. It has got like 45-degree ones on the end. This is the only straight connector we've got. But I can't use the 45s on this end because if I do, it's just going to hit the frame. So we're going to have to get another straight one. However, if you look at it side on, that is pretty much the earliest bend you're ever going to get into it. And if you marry this up on here, like that, the top of this union is just going to be knocking on here. So we need to put a bit of a bulge in this, I think, and chop the back of it out just to make sure that we can clear that. It's no real biggie, and I could avoid doing this if I just went hard line and then into soft line, but that's just more breaks in the line. You know, it's more places for it to fail, more places for it to leak. And I don't really like the idea of doing that, so I just want to use one AN fitting onto the bottom of the cooler straight into a flexible line, and I can take it wherever it is. So I'll need to put a bump in here, either that or chop the whole lot off and make another channel, which I probably don't need to do. I'm probably just going to put a bump in this bit. That would be easier. Right, so that's what I'm making. It's about the most simple thing going actually. But he is going to sit on like that. And then if you line everything else up, oh, hang on, he's going to sit on there. And if you stick the oil cooler kind of where it's going to be, and have a look down here, it just means I've got a bit of clearance. AN fitting stops here. Oh, can you see that? And it just gives me a little bit of clearance for the hose to start routing around. You know, you can put quite a kink in it. I mean, that's not an issue. But I just want to make sure that we've got rid. I might even drop it down a little bit actually. I could do it to about there. Yeah, that could work. Drop it down like 5 mil. Right. So that's what I'm doing. So I've just got to make 2 of these out of metal, bend them, and away we go. Right, so I haven't used one of these before, but I saw Craig had one and it's really quite cool just for doing little pieces where there's not a great deal to hold on to. So it's just a vice mounted metal brake. If I can get the flaming thing apart. Oh, come on, don't do this. God, magnets are tough, aren't they? Right. Bloody hell, they're tough. I only got a little one. What was it, 60 quid or something? It's got fingers in it, so you can take the finger, yeah, much like Brenda and stuff. I would use Brenda, but I want to try and get this as absolutely tight as I possibly can do. So that's why I'm using this one. So, apart from that, it's just going to be a quicker, better way of doing little brackets and stuff like that, I think, where I want to get it really, really tight. How far out does this go? Right then. So we are looking for a 90 degrees. There. I know it says the max it can do is 90 anyway, so there. That'll do. Roll the edge a tiny bit, but it comes down to a point. There's nothing I can do about that. Not without doing it bigger and then faffing about. What am I doing? Right. Right, so the idea is I just want to get some tacks on this. What I'm going to do is start bending it, put a couple of tacks on, roll it a little bit more, put a couple more on, so on and so forth. So first two. And we're gonna, oh, come on, roll it a bit more. Right, so we just cleaned it up a little bit and got the scorch marks off. Nothing major, but still need to trim these corners up, so. But it is going to go on something like that. And obviously where this sits, we'll chop a hole in this bit here. But that will give him a cable run or pipe run for the AN fitting. That'll all just get filled in with weld, all tacked up, cut the hole out the back, dress it all in. That'll be alright, that'll do. That'll do. Where's my oil cooler? That one like that. He's on like that. Yeah. We'll be alright. Right, another one of them. Right, yeah. Corded drill. So 5 minutes ago. Right. So just hole in each corner, and that'll chop it out with the angle grinder so we get the opening. And these are just going to go on like that. I'll tack them in place over top of the hole and then properly weld it from the other side. Dress it all up and we should be good. Right, where's my specs? Right, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Oopsie. Did anybody spot the deliberate mistake? That wasn't really very deliberate. I made that bit up. I've only gone and put them on the wrong way up, haven't I? That end is supposed to be down here. This is why you tack stuff on. Because then you can just chop it off, turn it around and put it where you're supposed to have put it in the first place, you goon. Right, I have to get that done. This is why I haven't finished opening all these holes out, but they're going to be the same anyway. Right, okay, today is Friday. I need to tip off now because I've got to go to work. Steve-O is down at the weekend, so he's going to give us a pulling the front off the bike, and once I've sorted this little minor faux pas out and dressed it up and welded it and everything else, we're going to get this stuck on the bike, make sure we get it all level and seated right and a proper fit and all that sort of stuff, and then we're going to go through the plans for shaping this in. I think I know what I want to do, because these corners here and this whole side is going to stick out past the frame just a little bit, so we're going to need to curve the top of it to follow the frame, and then on this corner I want to build a bit that comes back to sort of, you know, mirror that bit on the frame basically, and then scoop this in and sort of take the sides a bit round to half the frame tube. You'll see what I mean tomorrow. I can't believe I did that. That's me rushing. But anyway, Steve won't give us a hand tomorrow. We can get this sorted, and hopefully we can start getting some covers on this. That'll be nice. That'll be very nice actually. Right. Right, so I sorted out my faux pas. Oops. It's all welded in. I'm just starting dressing it all up now. There's a lot of grinding and bits of it is just bloody awkward. So if you have a look in here, don't know, can you see? Well, I've stitch welded it from the outside. You get these dink, 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 dinks. Can you see that? I'm not sure. Where are you? I'll figure it out. But you get these little dots where the penetration of the weld comes through. Thing is, I haven't really got any tools to get in there to grind it all out, which is a pain. So, what I might end up doing, which I don't really want to do, I'm going to have a think about it, because I wanted it just to be finished metal, but what I might end up doing is just putting a smear of body filler in the very corners just to round it over, because I can't get any tools in there. I don't know. See, I don't like body filler. I hate the stuff. I hate using it. It's like accepting defeat. But I might not have any choice. I know you're not going to see this side. This is the side that is going to be hard up against the frame. So as that sits like that, you got the frame basically coming down here, engine is going to be here, all coolers there. You ain't going to see it anyway, but if he takes it off for any reason, I want it to look good. I'm also not sure how body filler will, I mean this bit ain't really going to be getting hot. It just ain't. It's big enough, it's a massive heat sink anyway. The core has obviously got the engine oil in it, that'll be getting warm. But I don't know how body filler you know, like regular, whatever it is. Have I got any? I think I had some when I did the seat. Like the U-Pole, you know, car body fit. I'm not sure how that would take to heat. So I might have another thing. What I might end up doing, I'm going to have a play around with the TIG torch. If I can get a TIG torch in here, then what I might do is just run a fusion weld, blend it all out. That way I can just keep it as metal. It just depends what sort of finish I can get, really. But I don't know, we shall see. Right, let's see if this thing fits in now. Still got a ton of dressing up to do, as you can see, but I'm doing it. So that fits in there, very snug. This is obviously going to be the back. Frame tubes basically come down basically in line with these, so these are going to need to squeak over to the side and then come out through the back of the frame. Frame tubes pretty much to the end, you know, to the edge of this. So there's enough room there. I just want to smooth it all out and we clear everything, which is lovely, which is very cool. We're liking that. But that's how it's going to be. So obviously I need to put some sort of lip on the back end of it to keep it in place, and the front end, this side, this is going to have, I'm going to put a lip across here just to catch top and bottom on this, you know, part of the cooler. So top and bottom there's going to be a strip that runs across here, so as you slide in obviously it ain't going to go anywhere, and then we can start to plate it all out. However, before I do that I need to get the front off the bike, because I need to see how this fits up properly without all that rubbish in the way, like fork and wheels and stuff. But yeah, so far it's looking all right. So far it's looking very all right. Front wheel off. No. There we go. Oh, it's another thing we got to sort out. Lock stops. Because he will definitely be clattering the thing that I'm making if we don't sort something out. There's lugs on the front here, but there's nothing on the lower yokes. Obviously this doesn't go with this. This is all off a GSX R1000, that's a Bandit 600. So we're going to have to put some blocks or something on the lower yoke just to stop it from clattering into stuff. But that don't really matter for now, because all this is coming off. Steve-O's only just put it on. Right, let's have all this out of the way. I just want to get the front clear so I can get to this bit and view it from the front, just to make sure everything's square and lined up and nice looking and all that stuff. And I just can't do it with the forks in the way, basically. So they're going. Well, take care of his wheels, because they're the only bit that's all right on this bike. Right, all stripped down, I can get to the front properly now. I really wanted Steve-O here today, and he's supposed to be here today. I was speaking with him yesterday. Apparently he was out walking, as you do, having a stroll, and he's got a dodgy knee anyway, but his knee gave out and he went down like a bag of spanners. So the poor fella is laid up with a knee the size of a football, He's struggling to get to the fridge, which I thought was quite funny. But he's not here, which is a shame because I really need to have his input on this. Let me show you what I mean. Where's my Sharpie gone? Right, so this is going to go something like that. Fit on something like that. It's purposely big at the minute. However, where is it? Right, about here. Worst Sharpie on the planet, but luckily I have a Stu. Stu sent me a big bag full of Sharpies. Right, let's do that again. So about here, there you go. Ish. Is it about there? Maybe a bit lower. Something like that. That is where the breakaway frame tube comes, and that I definitely want to clear. And then about here, like right up close, about there and there, is where we've got exhaust that's going to come through. The other thing I've got to do is kind of mark up here where the top frame goes. It is roughly like that. I can't see from this side. Right, ignore that one. This is the one. So that side bit there is going to have to go, which means this is sticking out past the frame by 20mm-ish. Something like that. About an inch, 25mm. I don't know, something like that. So the side to this is going to have to wrap around, and it's going to follow this line on the frame, which you probably can't see from where you are. But there's a brace in the frame there. So that's going to have to come down. Going to have some sort of shenanigans going on with the corner to dress it in and make it look nice. I've got to have holes cut out here, and I've got a frame tube there, and this is purposely long, and I really want his opinion as to how we wanted this to go. Well, he should be here, shouldn't he? He's not here, he doesn't get a say. I'm going to have to stick it on and take a picture and get him on the phone, I think, because I need to know this bit next. Right, you can go in the bin. Right, I'm not being lazy, I'm waiting. I'm waiting on Steve-O. Basically, I sent him a picture, as you see it now, trying to explain what's going on, because obviously he's not here. Explain what I want to do, which is basically where the exhausts are. I want to slot that out top to bottom like this. It don't make you're only going to see a little bit of the frame tube behind it, because the other thing I want to do is to have a bit of an arc going across the bottom, so as it's all covered in and everything else, it, you know, and I'll complete the inside of the slots and stuff and make it all one piece. I reckon that'll do. I reckon that'll look quite good. And obviously sort all the top out and the wraparound sides and all that other stuff. And I think he got it, but then he started going off about something else, and I didn't get that. So he's downloaded a copy of the picture that I sent him, and he's got his crayons out, and he's having a go at drawing on it to show me what he's talking about, because he did explain, and he might as well be speaking Spanish. Hola. So yeah, I ain't got a clue what he's talking about, so we're waiting on his design, crayons and all. And then once it comes through, I'll know what I'm doing and I can get on with it. But at the minute, there's nothing I can do. To be fair, I do spend quite a lot of my time in this position staring at it, because, you know, you can, Well, there's a couple of times when I started doing stuff and you go down a rabbit hole and it's just complete junk, it's complete rubbish. Like the first time I had a go at doing the seat ump. And you just end up wasting so much time. So, you know, a few minutes sitting on your buns, contemplating stuff, it's time well spent in my book. Anyway, we'll see what he comes back with. Oh yeah. I'm down to a coffee pot for my coffee mug because I dropped my mug and it broke. Well, I had coffee in it. It's alright. It's a bit hot because it ain't got a handle. Never mind. Right, you can tell how long I've been on the phone. My coffee cup's empty. I've had so many messages and drawings and it's really hard to explain stuff when it's a convoluted shape like this over the phone. I'm going to put some of the pictures up. So this is the first one that he sent back, and it's kind of, we were talking about, you know, how to slot out this bottom bit and everything else, and then we got on to what the bottom is going to look like, and that's kind of what I was thinking. And this is the picture of what he sent over, because this is what he was thinking. He wants it to come here. He wants it to step up. And it's his bike, so that's what I'm doing. That's fine. I think I know how I'm going to do it. I think I know how I can build it. Essentially, there's going to be, once I've chopped all this bit off, I'm going to make some side plates that come down the side. They're going to be long because I want it to kind of angle back into the oil cooler a little bit. This corner sticks out past here, so this surround is going to kind of cut the corner. So we're going to lose a little bit off the top here, but given that the oil cooler core itself, in the corners, you've basically got this bit. That's what we're going to be losing. The middle bit is the bit that you want the air going through. So I ain't too fussed about that. So we're going to cut the corner off. As far as this back plate goes, and then going down you probably see it better this way, going down the side there, I'll do something that kind of marries up with this tube. That's much later on. I'll need to get the front bit covered. So I'm going to do these two side pieces so it can kind of funnel into there. The top bit is probably going to be convex like that. And again, it's going to come past and it's going to funnel back in. I want there to be a little lip that overhangs top and bottom of this when it's in there, because that's going to stop it falling out, basically. That'll be the front catch. So it's only going to go just over that top seam. So that's all right. The awkward bit is going to be the bottom. So again, we're going to have a step into it, I think. And then this is going to come down and curve. And he wants it to kind of, you know, come across the bottom here somewhere, and then he wants the middle bit to be shorter and to kind of curl underneath this frame tube. So the only bits of the frame tube that you're actually going to see is the bit behind the exhaust, so you ain't really going to see it anyway, but he wants it sort of stepped up, which I get, which could be quite cool. I just don't want it to look like a box. No, I don't want it square because the bike's not square. So I'm going to have to think of some way of I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll do like a, on the bottom here. I don't know. Right, I think what I'm going to do is get this centered up, because I need to know where I'm going to be chopping this off. I need to get that marked up. I am probably going to leave the bottom alone for the minute. If I get that side bit done, then I can work on my side panels, figure out the angle in there. I need to put a lip on the top and bottom of this just to catch the oil cooler. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Why can't he just be here? Good news is his leg's getting better, so he could have been here in the first place. No, he couldn't actually. He's still struggling to get to the fridge. We're getting through the belts today, I know that much. Did have a, so I'm just dressing it up and I'm chomping through belts, so time for another one, a bit of the clean up. Had a couple of comments from people. When are you going to get a dog to put on the channel then? No. Well, actually, we've got 2 dogs. We've got a border collie called Roxy, who's really old. So she won't be up for it. She will just sit in the corner and do nothing. And then we've got a Mishka. This is her. Mishka ain't coming on because she's stupid. I know there's like, everybody's been going on about it. It's like, well, you know, Craig's got blue, Matt's now got black. There's a theme going on there. Andy's got bat dog. Why don't you get a dog? I've got a dog, but she's a stupid one and she's not coming on. This is what she does if you ignore her for more than 5 minutes. You imagine trying to get anything done with that going on in the background. Yeah, she's staying at home. She ain't coming down here. I told you this wasn't going to be a quick one. All the frames basically there. It's all tacked together, welded, and I've started dressing stuff up and all that sort of stuff. We just got to box it all in. I think I know what Steve-O's on about. I think I know I'm going to do it as well. So I am going to get that centred, trim off the shoulders to it at the top, and I'm probably going to leave the bottom until I figure out how to get it done. I am going to start on the side pieces though. I think that's going to sort of set things up, and I'll get that little edge put in just to catch the all cooler in the front, so it ain't just going to fall on the floor. Can you hear it? That's the noisy boys with the 2-stroke that don't want to start. But anyway, that's where I'm leaving it today. I've not had a great deal of time, it has to be said. But you know, progress is progress. We're getting there. It's one step closer. It would just be so much easier if Steve-O was here. Oh, him and his dodgy pins. But anyway, he's going to be coming down on, I'm sure he said Friday. I could be wrong. So I'm hoping to have it all centred up and trimmed out, even if I have to mock it up with cardboard or something, just to explain to him the way I want to do it, just get him to agree it, and then I can just crack on and get it done. It shouldn't be too hard once we know what it is that we're actually building. That bit, there's no choice about it. It's got to be like that, really. It's the front bit. So anyway, that's where I'm leaving it today. Thank you ever so much for joining us. Do appreciate you watching. It's always going. Keep the comments coming. They're mega. I'm loving all that. It's nice to have a bit of banter. But anyway, we'll see you next time. Laters.